Alright, so what's going on, everybody? You're watching JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. So of course we're going to be jumping here into the latest sneaker updates. We're talking Adidas as they've just provided their annual financial report. So quick spoiler alert, Adidas had another great year, but we've also finally reached a conclusion to the long-going Adidas Yeezy saga. So guys, you're not going to want to miss that one. We're also going to be talking Jordan Brand as another huge release has just opened up. Plus, I'm going to be explaining why here in 2025 Jordan Brand has absolutely shocked sneakerheads. So guys, if you enjoy these updates, make sure you help support the channel by smashing the like button down below. And to begin, we're going to be taking a first look here at a fresh take of a Nike classic from out of their back catalog. So we got the Baroque brown colorway of the classic Nike flightposite, which to my knowledge, I believe this is actually a brand new colorway of this retro Nike model, which as far as the flightposite, I always like to refer to them as kind of like the little bro of the foamposite, but I guess technically due to the fact that these actually released after the foamposite, by default they would actually be the little bro. But regardless, I do enjoy what Nike has done with this classic model. It seems like so far they've introduced the green goblin pair recently. We just got the triple black pair. There's this sail pair floating around, which is also supposed to be dropping soon. But as far as this Baroque brown take, you guys can look forward to these joints coming up this fall. And as far as this take on this classic model, I would say these are definitely clean. Matter of fact, these joints right here are actually pressure, so this is gonna be a fun one to look forward to. So far, it seems like Nike has kind of kept these releases limited, which seems to be the preference of sneakerheads nowadays. So definitely not mad at that one at all. Now, next up, we also have an update here on the J-Tip Saucony Jazz 9. I love you, but I'm busy, as we got official images which have been pulled off the back end. Now, as far as this release, Sneaker News is reporting that these are expected to drop coming up here March of 2025. So it looks like these joints are right around the corner. But it looks like J-Tips, who happens to be very active here on Twitter, he had something to say about these images, which he said any pictures with white laces aren't official images, which he then later on also responded saying something or everything is compromised. I posted about the laces and pics with correct laces popped up too. Dealing with my first leak, not easy. Let me get ahead of this. LOL. To which he also responded to somebody saying, I or Saucony never posted those pics or said when the shoes come out. That's the leak. So as far as this right here, what I gotta say in respect to J-Tips is I gotta pretty much say, brother, welcome to the big leagues. This is what happens when you got a hot release that the people are checking for. A lot of people are looking to get their hands on this right here, which I gotta say, you definitely did your thing on this one right here. Or could it be that J-Tips is all bringing this up as just kind of like marketing, promo, getting people to talk about the release and everything like that? I guess we'll never know. But as far as on the official release date, who knows if Sneaker News is on point about the March release date. But my expectation with March just kicking off, more so than likely, we're probably going to see the rollout of this release beginning soon. Now, we also got a huge update from Adidas as they've just provided their annual financial report, which contains a whole bunch of corporate jargon, you know, a whole bunch of like everything they're pretty much fronting, putting on for all of their shareholders and everything like that. So a whole bunch of lingo. They're more so than likely we're probably not going to really understand just from like the face viewpoint and everything. But overall, as far as these financial results, we do see here that Adidas had another good year, you know, but we also did get a huge update as far as the long-going Adidas Yeezy saga, which at the end of 2022, Adidas ended their partnership with Yeezy, which at the time was the brand's most successful collaboration, bringing in billions of dollars. In return, they were left with over billions of dollars worth of inventory, to which Adidas did make the decision, you know, behind their new CEO, Born Gilden, to go ahead and sell off that inventory. We've seen Adidas dropping Yeezys over the last couple of years or so, but we do have a conclusion to the saga, which I'm trying to find exactly where they put it at right here, but somewhere it does say that they have actually reached a conclusion with the whole saga. Now, at the fourth quarter of last year, Adidas was saying that they had some leftover inventory, so fans were kind of speculating on what they were going to do with that remaining stuff. Are they going to drop it via the Confirmed app? But it seems like Adidas pretty much just dumped off all of the remaining inventory over to its retail partners, and I'm trying to see exactly where they said it at here. Having completed the sale of the remaining Yeezy inventory in 2024, the company's outlook does not include any Yeezy revenue. So in 2024, they did around 650 million euros or profits. And then here in 2024, they did around 200 million euros in profits, to which the fourth quarter, I believe they did around like 50 million euros, which in return, rather than just doing a traditional drop through Adidas or through the Confirmed app, it looks like Adidas just dumped those remaining pairs over to some of their retail partners, mainly Chewbacca, which again, a lot of people were able to grab a lot of those pairs under retail. So it seems like Adidas and Yeezy are officially over the end of an era, you know, a lot of great memories and everything like that. So salute to everybody that's been rocking with me through all the years with all the Yeezy coverage. It looks like that is officially a wrap. Now, moving forward, one of Adidas' biggest criticisms, of course, would be their sales in the US after losing the Yeezy business, as well as their sales in China. But as far as their expectations here moving into 2025, it looks like they're gonna just continue to be pumping out more of their originals, the Sambas, the Gazelle, Superstar, all of those pairs seem to be big hits. They're gonna continue to do their thing in the football or soccer world. But criticisms would be, you know, their sales in the US as well as China. But as far as Adidas being a European-based company, I really see like they don't really have to have huge hits in the US or in China, you know, just due to the fact it's really difficult for a European-based company to do so. So I think Adidas is definitely doing their thing. They're keeping the momentum going. And as we even take a look here at sales charts, you know, overall, as far as market share, this data compiled right here shows all of the big figures, which you got Nike, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, On, as well as Hoka. The first figure is their 2023 market share versus their 2024 market share. So as you guys see right here, Nike, they actually had one of their first losses last year as they decreased from 15 to 14%. But as you see, Adidas, they have actually increased their market share over the previous year. So you guys, Puma behind, followed up by New Balance, On, and Hoka. So the reason I wanted to kind of show this chart right here is just to show you how light years ahead Nike is of the competition. Adidas in second place are way well below Nike, and then Puma, surprisingly, New Balance at number 4. So I feel like Adidas doesn't really have to have huge sales in the US, but just kind of continue to do their thing. But as far as moving forward, we'll see if they could have another big hit. You know, they got those Pharrell joints coming soon. So we'll see what Adidas has moving forward, but they definitely won't have the Yeezy business. So moving forward, guys, we're gonna jump here into my favorite segment, today's fit of the day, which if you guys ever wanna be featured here as a fit of the day, all you simply gotta do is just tag me on the gram on your favorite outfit pick. Now, if you guys got a private profile or something like that, I'm not gonna see your pick. So make sure your profile is public. Just tag me either on the image or in the comments of the image. Now, today we actually have Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat, which you guys would know I'm a huge Miami Heat fan. Now, as far as this outfit right here, Tyler Hero, he's rocking a pair of little slip-on loafers. Now, as far as the shorts go, it looks like what he's wearing is a pair of like slacks that are shorts, which I've absolutely never seen somebody try to pull off before. So I guess we'll call these like slorts or something like that. As far as the top, this seems to be like one of those CPFM Nike soccer jerseys. I'm not sure if that joint's like unreleased or something like that, but it seems to have like a velvet material. He's got a pair of shades on with a Scully to complete the entire look. Now, Tyler Hero, you're my boy. For the record, I'm a Heat fan and everything like that. I see you trying to jump into that whole fashion world and everything like that, but the only thing I gotta say is slow down, young bull. I mean, you trying to jump straight into the paint where we all know your game is like mid-court range, three-point range and everything like that. So just like your game on the court in the fashion world, I would say just to go ahead and stay in your lane and kind of stick, you know, to that three-point range. Don't try to jump all the way into the paint right away. So this fit right here, man, I gotta say is absolutely disgusting. And I don't know what type of an occasion or where you would be going rocking something like this right here. But of course, as it is the fit of the day, you guys know what to do. Jump in the comments, drop your feedback, and leave my boy Tyler a rating 0 out of 10 on this one right here. And with those quick updates out of the way, let's go ahead and jump here into our main story, which we're gonna be talking Jordan brand and why here in 2025, they have absolutely shocked sneakerheads as far as in the impact department. So we're gonna get into that here shortly, but first, we got a huge release which has just opened up. So of course, we got the Navy SB Jordan 4s, which as far as this release right here, we do have a raffle currently open. This is an EQL raffle. It's important to note this is actually a PB store. So if you guys are looking to enter this raffle, there is actually a $10 TQL fee or something like that, which you actually wouldn't be charged unless you do actually have success on this raffle. So as far as your chances of hitting on this one right here, I'm not even gonna lie, your chances are probably very slim, but I would say, I mean, hey, it's worth a shot. Why not? So if you guys are unfamiliar with ABP Store, I believe they are actually under the Whitaker Group. So as far as just my personal experience, just something to consider as, you know, dealing with them in the past. Shipping has kind of been like hit or miss as far as shipping times like that. But I would still definitely try to grab these as far as this release. We know these are supposed to be hitting skate shops as well as boutiques coming up here in March. And then apparently we're supposed to see a wider sneakers app release coming up here in April. So this is definitely one of the big drops. Again, Jordan Brand keeping their feet on the gas. This is the follow-up to the Pine Green pair, which I think we actually saw drop, what was that, a couple of years ago. I said on record that as far as this navy pair, they're not touching the Pine Green. I felt like they had just a huge impact as the very first SB collaboration, but just low-key, the kind of green gum bottom mashup I felt like was just chef's kiss. But these are definitely nice regardless. Now, one of the leaders here in the sneaker space, definitely an OG, Kais Omar, he had actually something different to say. He said here that these SB navies are actually better than the original Pine Green, as it looks like he already got a pair early in hand. So what do you guys think about that right here? As far as the Twitter comments, let's see what the people are talking about. Somebody put, I don't know about all that. Somebody put, except it isn't. Isn't it just preference if you want to wear green or navy, or is the quality better? Somebody put, agree to disagree. Super fire though. This person put no. So seems like for the most part, the comments aren't really agreeing, but hey, regardless, I like what that person said. You know, it just really depends on what you're wearing. But in my opinion, I felt like that first original release just had a huge, bigger impact versus this one. But these joints are definitely clean regardless. And again, another release that sneakerheads are going to be definitely looking to get their hands on in March, as well as for the big drop in April. Now, in other sneaker news, it looks like the Brick by Bricks, the Jordan 4s from Nigel Sylvester, looks like they have been loaded up to the Nike Sneakers app, which is great news because if I'm not mistaken, last year's Jordan 4 RM, the Grandma's Driveway pair, we actually didn't officially get a Sneakers app drop, but those were actually more limited to just some certain in-store drops. If I can't recall, let me know if I'm mistaken on that one or not. But again, another huge release sneakerheads are waiting on. Joints are going crazy right here. Now, the big narrative yesterday, which we were speaking on, is a lot of people are already calling out sneaker of the year, which here in March is just way too early to throw out that title. But I would definitely say, you know, come towards the end of the year, this is definitely one of those pairs that we could throw up for consideration for the top 10, but just flat out calling these sneaker of the year right now before these have even dropped is just blasphemous in my honest opinion. But again, another huge release slated to drop coming up here this month. Now, we also saw some restocks hit today. So these are some of these Jordan Brand retros which have sold out as of recently, which I'm referring to the black metallic 5s. Now this one, I would say, is definitely up for consideration when we're talking sneaker of the year. So it looks like we saw pairs restock via JD Sports. Now, in order to obtain this sneaker, it was actually app only. So that was just a little important reminder. So again, we just saw the Flu Games restock yesterday. We got these black metallics hitting the JD Sports app today. So it seems like as far as Nike's staggered release schedule, some people would say late shipments. I feel like it's all intentional, but it seems to be working so far. We've seen Jordan Retros limited as far as these OG classics, and it seems to be working. So as I mentioned earlier, Jordan Brand has kind of shocked sneakerheads. Last year we saw a lot of these releases say sitting on shelves, and that was due to the fact that they were just producing way too many pairs. When people see these joints not selling out instantly, it kind of creates the, you know, impression that these releases aren't as hot as they once were. So with the fact that they're limiting these pairs now, it's kind of creating that urgency for people to want to grab these. And as you see these small little restocks pop up here and there, it's just a great way to drive traffic towards these sites, you know, for people to just keep everybody on their toes like that. So as far as yesterday, I just want to salute this comment right here. My man is a modern day Shakespeare. He pretty much summed this thing up perfectly. So huge shout out to True OG Series, definitely a true OG. He said the sneaker game is the new dope game. Nike doing the same thing drug dealers did back in the late 80s, early 90s. Put out the best dope and make the fiends go crazy. Sell out, wait a few days before putting out the same dope they went crazy for. Supply and demand. So I feel like I couldn't say it any better. I feel like that's exactly what they're doing. They got the streets going crazy for these Jordan Retros once again. And for people that normally wouldn't even grab sneakers, like even myself, you got me out here going crazy for shoes like these black metallics, which I'm super happy to be able to grab. And definitely Jordans, I would say, are back in a major way. And as far as the impact, it's really all about the impact. Like, just because if people feel like Jordans are the king, you know, the sneaker game is just going to continue to trickle down, you know, and more success for the brand. So let me know what y'all think about that. Are you shocked with the way Nike and Jordan brand are continuing to release pairs this year, or did you see it coming from a mile away? So that's all I got for you guys here today. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to the latest episode of JA News. Make sure you guys jump in the comments, drop your feedback on all of the topics covered. Good luck on everybody trying to get those SB Navies. And as far as the Nigels, we got those coming up here very soon as well. So drop your feedback, man. Comment down below if you guys had any success on the JD Sports app restock today. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people saying it was smooth, other people saying they kept getting logged out. So just would love to get some real feedback from the people and everything like that. So that's all I got for you guys. If you enjoyed today's episode, smash the like button down below. I'm JA. I'll catch you guys next time. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.